timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl! Brady has his fifth! 13! 13! Can you believe it?
Hey guys, welcome back to the Locker Room Podcast. I'm your host, Oliver, as always, joined by our mystery man, Sharpy.
Yeah, well, how are we?
Not too bad. I'm obviously been a bit sick lately, so we've missed a week or so, and I'm already forgetting how to do the intros properly. But
Didn't know we did. I know how to do them right anyway.
oh, well, we'll get straight into the two series that were played today. We'll start with the Suns versus Dallas. Suns had a huge win again. Do you really think Dallas have any chance against them?
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, they got no one to stop Aiton. Like just down low. Like I'm not saying Aiton's an X factor, but
He's
they've
7
got
foot.
they got no presence inside really because they don't play Boban 48 minutes like he deserves.
Yeah, they need to give him more minutes. What do you think about Chris Paul saying the Suns have got great players and he included Theo Pinson's name in there?
That's what we want to see.
Who do you think Doncic is the best player in the series at least? Because I believe that he is just over. Who would you say is better out of Paul and Booker?
CP probably.
It's so hard because they complement each other very well. But yeah, I kind of want to see the Suns lose though, just because I don't like Jay Crowder.
Same. I'm so done with him.
I'll do anything to see him lose, and I want Chris Paul to win a ring. But if it means Jay Crowder wins one, I'd rather them lose. And I do like the Suns, but I hope
I was more hoping that the Suns wouldn't win just because of Alfred Payton, but now it's definitely Jay Crowder who I do not want.
Yeah, I think the Suns. I just hope the Mavs win 2 of the games. Hopefully, they win 2 games. Hopefully, it's the next 2 at home. But I just want them to make a series out of it. And if not, they're going to have to make a change because obviously Doncic can't keep doing it by himself, and Brunson's been underperforming as well. Move on to the Heat and the Sixers. This is another pretty lopsided one. Do you reckon the series is going to change once Embiid comes back? I think that he's coming back when they go to Philly for Game 3.
I don't know. I'd like to see how good Bam is against him, but I still think Bam wins that matchup.
But Embiid's the MVP. I guess Bam had a case for being Defensive Player of the Year, though, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I've been seeing heaps of stuff about James Harden being washed now. Do you agree with that, or do you think that's just a bit too soon?
Very a bit too soon at the moment.
I feel like he's just trying to embrace a new role because like he hasn't been a leader since he left Houston.
Yeah, he's playing the Houston role again. But I mean, he's got a better player with him in Maxey.
Yeah. And Maxey has been playing. I think he had like 28 again today or something. And Tobias Harris didn't play that well this game. He played really well in the first game. But
he's playing at center a bit.
Yeah, he was the tallest one. It was really weird watching it when he was playing center. But I watched game 1 of this, and it was obviously at the Heat. There was so many seats empty. It was ridiculous. You wouldn't have thought it would be a playoff game.
Yeah.
Maybe the Heat were just fans because of LeBron. Maybe LeBron filled out those seats.
Same reason Lakers are fans.
All right, so they're 2 pretty straightforward series. The more interesting ones, Celtics versus Bucks, obviously tied up 1 apiece. Celtics actually won the game without Marcus Smart. Where do you see this series going?
I see it going the Bucks' way.
Ooh.
I feel like Giannis just got off to a slow start, and by the time he started going, it was just too late.
Yeah, I I found it the way they defended him at the start was really. I can't believe how good of a defender Grant Williams is. Like I knew he was a pretty good defender, but he was actually stopping Giannis. He was forcing Giannis into post fades, which not especially small forwards. Not a lot of small forwards / power forwards actually can do that. Maybe a center, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like the Celtics defense, if they have Tatum or Jaylen Brown at least play good, or one of them just shoot well like Jaylen Brown did in game 2, I genuinely think that the Celtics can, and I genuinely hope the Celtics win. But especially without Chris Middleton, which is disappointing. But what I find funny is that Shaq still doesn't know. I don't think he knows who freaking Grant Williams is, and he's on NBA on TNT. So it's he's just a fucking joke. But would you say Giannis is the best player in the world right now? Not MVP wise or anything, but just
I probably would.
For the tag. Yeah. I mean, I don't know who you could. No one's going to say Jokic or Embiid. It's literally people put KD's name in there now, and I still think that's a bit. I don't think you can put his name in there.
It's fair to put him in there though, but
yeah, I don't think you can put him on Giannis's level though. Right now, at least, especially after what happened in the first round series.
Yeah.
But then again, they're playing suffocating defense on him. We'll go to the final series. Warriors versus Memphis. Obviously tied up at 1 apiece. A lot's happened in this series. I don't know where to even go with this. How many games do you think this will go, and do you think the Warriors are still going to come out on top?
I can see probably going to 6, and I can see the Warriors coming out on top.
Even without Gary Payton for the probably till the finals if they make it.
I mean, you can put anyone on like Brooks and Clark and everything. Like you can put Kuminga on them, and I reckon you could still be fine. But I know Draymond probably won't have the mobility or the lateral quickness to take Ja. I thought it mean like doing what they do with Giannis and sort of build a wall around him because he's always going to attack.
Let him shoot the threes, even though he did hit like 4 or something in the other game.
Yeah, he can shoot a 3,
but I find it. You could even put Wiggins on him. He's a good defender. That's like he's mobile. I'm just trying to think. I thought Warriors had another good defender, but I'm completely blanking. They do have Klay Thompson, but he's not nearly the defender he was prior to his injury.
I mean, Moses Moody can sort of defend, I guess.
I don't think we haven't seen him this series, have we?
No, you've barely seen any of him all season, and he was picked like 10th.
Do you reckon we'll see him and Wiseman get traded this offseason?
I could see them potentially moving him eventually.
Now, I don't think Steven Adams is injured, is he? They've just benched him for this series again, haven't they?
Yeah.
Which I find so disappointing. Like,
it's probably too scared to come against Draymond.
Why not just put him in, though, when Looney's in the game? Like, I get maybe not playing him when Draymond's in the game as the center. But if I guess Brendan Clark's been playing well. I just hope that if Grizzlies progress against most likely the Suns, that Adams starts against Ayton. He would have to, because Jaren Jackson Jr.'s fouled out of both of the games already this series.
And also JaVale McGee's been pretty underrated for them as well.
Yeah, he has been underrated for the Suns. Although I think he fouled out today as well. Do you think Dylan Brooks is getting that 1 game suspension? I don't know if it's been confirmed yet. He's because you already know that I personally don't think he should get a 1 game suspension. If he's getting a flagrant 2, that's he got ejected for the game. That's fair enough. Then whatever, that's done. But surely kicking him out of game 3 is a bit too much. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Looking back at the replay again last night, probably over exaggerated on how extreme that was.
It just sucks that it ended.
I don't see.
I think, is it flagrant too, though, an automatic 1-game suspension?
Yeah, I think so. I think also
Yeah.
the 15 technicals as well. You get
Yeah,
suspended.
yeah. Which sucks. So you're taking the Warriors, are you?
Yeah.
I'm taking the Grizzlies in. I'm going to take the Grizzlies in 6. I don't like either of the teams, but I just don't want to see because the Warriors are just too good. But then again, if the Warriors make it, then I'm more than confident that they'll beat the Suns. And can I just say, what Doncic is doing to Mikal Bridges is pretty messed up. Like, Mikal Bridges is still getting his steals and everything, but he's one of the best defenders in the league, and he's still dropping 35, 40 plus points on him. That's why he's the future of the league, and that's why, obviously, like Giannis and that are. Well, we got through that pretty quickly, so we'll go to that time of the week.
Slugs. Horsey tips.
All right, so his first one is Gold Coast Race 6, number 1, Gypsy Goddess. His second one is Gold Coast Race 7, number 3, Sword of State. And his each way is Morphettville Race 8, number 9. I've had this horse again before. I can't remember how to say it. Charlotte. I'm going with Charlotte. You'll figure it out. Do you have a weekly multi? Because I haven't got mine.
No, I've not got
No, we'll do that for next week. Hopefully we can return to a full schedule. But just some other NBA topics. Ben Simmons having back surgery, expected to miss. Oh, well, they're not playing, but like miss 3 months.
4 months.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
Do you kind of feel bad for him now, or do you still think that he deserves the criticism he got?
Oh, I mean, he looked all right training and everything.
But is it the same kind? I don't know what Michael Porter Jr. got done, but back surgery, I'd probably just, from my limited knowledge, I would just associate that they probably had similar problems. Could be completely wrong, but so you don't feel bad about the scrutiny that he got, or?
Oh, I do sort of, but I mean, he looked like he was fine training and everything.
I think he brought it on himself as well, especially that last game. He didn't actually turn up to the game in game 4 after sitting on the bench all the other games, which I don't know whether the Nets are actually going to trade him. I don't know. But another big question is, what do they do with Kyrie? Because I think he's eligible for a max. You're not offering Kyrie the max,
I'm not offering him. I'm offering him a 1-year team option.
Prove it deal.
A 2-year with a team option for the second year, yeah. And just seeing if you can do this, then if you're willing to commit to playing basketball, and not allowing any of your bullshit, not the religious thing, that's his choice and all that stuff, and the vaccine and everything, but I mean just not playing because you don't want to.
I don't see who would offer him a max contract after this year. And to be honest, I don't think he's going to be the type of person that necessarily demands a max contract. I don't know. I feel like if he's going to play with KD, he's going to be more than happy to take a bit less. And I hope that actually happens, because I want to see them play together for a full season.
Oh, everyone does.
And imagine that with Ben Simmons. It's got to happen eventually, hopefully. Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. Obviously, there's heaps of rumors coming out, and obviously one of them is going to leave. Now, don't look at it from a point of view as a Knick fan, but as a Utah Jazz person, who would you rather trade out of the two? Because personally, I'd rather trade Donovan Mitchell, but I'll go over my reasons why. What do you think?
I feel like you can afford to trade Rudy.
Yeah.
But I feel like you could have more. You could get more out from Donovan
Yeah.
if you were willing to trade him.
The reason I would trade Donovan I'd rather trade Donovan if I was a Utah Jazz fan or whatever, is because one, I just feel like he's gonna want to eventually go to someplace bigger.
Yeah.
And right now you probably can cash in on him more than you can on Rudy Gobert, who is like Gobert. Yes, he's a 3-time defensive player of the year, but Donovan Mitchell's as much as I don't actually like his game, he's a young, I wouldn't say he's a superstar, but he's a young all-star with the potential to be maybe a superstar in, say, New York or something. But I don't actually see, like, what would the Knicks even offer him? I don't know if we've discussed this, but
Well, obviously Randall would be part of the deal.
yeah,
They'd be stupid to offer RJ. Someone young, maybe like a signing trade with Cam Reddish.
Yeah.
I think someone that, as much as that would suck for the Knicks to do that, would obviously remove any potential big Duke 3 ever having to play for the team.
Yeah.
Probably Evan Fournier, maybe Nerlens Noel, Kemba. They're both on expiring, so it wouldn't.
Just send him the whole Knicks roster, I reckon.
Well, we haven't really got much.
Get Donovan and Royce O'Neal.
That's the dream scenario right there. I feel like if we did get him, there'd have to be like multiple teams involved.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If you're the Jazz, what you'll probably want in return is either, if you're not trading Gobert as well, you're not going through a rebuild. You're going to want a star player, just an all-star talent maybe, and then a couple young players and maybe a first-round pick or something at least. But
if the Jazz are smart, I would go. Zach LaVine's an unrestricted free agent.
Yes.
Mitchell Robinson's an unrestricted free agent.
I wouldn't want to offer Mitch too much money though.
50 million, I reckon.
Yeah.
50 million over 4 years, I reckon that's.
Is he still with Clutch Sports?
Nah, he dropped them.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, because he'd probably ask for way too much if he's with them.
Yeah, he's had like 6 agents, I think, since he started.
You were saying though?
I reckon Mitchell Robinson can be Rudy Gobert type of replacement, not a Rudy Gobert level of replacement, because they're very similar players. But I feel like Mitchell Robinson's obviously more athletic.
Yeah.
And obviously having someone like Zach LaVine on their team as well, like 2 really good scorers. And, Zach doesn't have to have the ball in his hands as much.
If you're the Knicks, who do you want more out of LaVine and Mitchell?
Donovan.
Is that because LaVine's up for a max contract right now, and Donovan? I don't know what Donovan's contract situation.
I think he got a max maybe a couple seasons ago.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he did too, didn't he?
Yeah. I think I think that's when like everyone was getting all their rookie maxes and everything.
So you rate Donovan higher than LaVine, or you just prefer him on the Knicks more?
I prefer Donovan on the Knicks more.
Yeah.
I feel like him and RJ could complement each other nicely, especially the way how he played last season.
And there was also rumors of Gobert going to getting traded to the Warriors.
Yeah, for Andrew Wiggins, I think.
That would be pretty crazy when you think about it, because he could just slot into what Andrew Bogut basically did and do it probably a lot better.
And the thing is as well, like, they're probably going to have to get rid of Wiseman as well.
Yeah. He's going to get traded this offseason.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's going to start turning into Marvin Bagley.
Or worse, bloody
Anthony Bennett.
Andrew Bynum.
Oh, he had a couple of good seasons, I think, if I can remember. But no, I feel like the Warriors are going to get rid of their young. They're not going to play Moody. I don't see why they're going to. They didn't play much this year. They played him at times, but Kuminga's the only real young player I can see them playing.
To.
I'm just trying to think who the rest there. Like, what their lineups are because they got their starting five and then they got off the bench that they bring on Looney, Poole,
Peyton when he's back.
Peyton, Otto Porter, Kuminga.
Bielita.
He doesn't get any minutes anymore, but in the regular season, yeah. So I mean, they're in win now mode, and they could honestly, if they played their cards right, they could be both in win now mode and setting up for the future.
Yeah. Well, that's what a lot of people thought, even me, like when they had the big three potential Poole, Wiseman, and Kuminga, and also Moody as well. Whenever he's going to eventually get game time, I guess. But like that's a good future right there.
Well, what do you think if, say, off season comes, like the Warriors don't make it to the finals or whatever, and Poole wants a bit bigger role or wants more money, and it's either him or Clay? Are you taking Poole?
I think Poole will understand. I think if he wants, he'd know now of what he can probably get because he'd know his role.
Yeah.
But I think with them potentially going to go to Clay playing less minutes next season, maybe because he's been injured quite a bit, that Jordan Poole might get a bigger three, maybe even slot Kuminga, Poole to the two and Clay to the three.
Yeah, and that's if Wiggins doesn't play there, then that can be Gobert at the 5 and Draymond at the 4. That would be a sickening
disgusting
team. But even Levine we're jumping all over the place here, but even Levine to the Spurs, I saw a few things about that. Surely he wouldn't go to the Spurs. I just don't see that as a good fit.
They have cap space.
They do, but they got Dijon. I don't know. I don't know where I see the Spurs, to be honest. They're just a weird team that's got DeJounte Murray and the best coach of all time, but their team's just so strange. Just nearly more strange
Derek
than
White as well.
More strange than the Sacramento Kings, who just suck every single year. Just to be finished 10th. Although I do think they're going to have a better year next year. Anyway, final NBA thing, final thing of the podcast. The Pelicans, they did put up a relatively good fight against the Suns in the first round. I don't know about you, but Jose Alvarado is he's becoming like a Pat Beverly, but a less hated, if that I don't know if that's how you would word it. I don't hate him.
Give it time and people will start hating Alvarado.
But I don't mind him now. But what do you think of this Pelicans team where I reckon they're a serious chance at finishing top 6, 7, depending obviously on whether Zion's healthy next season. If he's healthy next season, I think they can finish top 6. But
they do have that potential to be there. And I think obviously Zion's saying how he wants to sign that big contract. You were saying that, get it signed, let's go, and all that. But they've got great young players on their team. Herb Jones especially.
Oh, he's unreal.
He's so good to watch.
He finished, so at the end of the season, he finished 50 steals in front of the second rookie, who was Scotty Barnes, who I think had 70. So he had 120 to Scotty Barnes' 70, which is bloody ridiculous. But like obviously Herb Jones, and then you got McCollum as the veteran voice. And I've never been the biggest fan of Brandon Ingram, but he did play very well in the playoffs. For how many games they were in, at least. I put it on TikTok. It's what they talked about on I forget what it's called, with Shannon Sharp and that. Who are you taking before Ben Simmons out of? I'm going to exclude Jason Tatum because I feel like he's a guarantee, but I think the names that were mentioned was Jaylen Brown, Brandon Ingram. I'm trying to think of the other ones. There's I think it was Zach LaVine. Are you taking any of them in front of Simmons if Simmons is healthy?
Maybe Jaylen Brown.
That's exactly what I thought as well. Like Jaylen Brown's possibly got the better upside, maybe because he's a good
Yeah.
two-way player, but Brendan Ingram haven't seen enough consistently. That's a bit stiff, but if he has a big year next year, which I hope he does, but I like the Pelicans. I don't know why. I like Valanciunas. That's why. But
Who doesn't like Valanciunas?
yeah, exactly.
Besides that fan that Valanciunas knocked his phone out
Oh yeah,
for a good reason though.
yeah. But yeah, I saw heaps of people giving backlash saying you wouldn't take Ben Simmons over BI and that, and I'm like, I think you're just forgetting how good Ben Simmons actually was when he was playing. Like he dropped 40 on Rudy Gobert without shooting a three, and playing point guard basically. But
and he can't even shoot free throws either.
So back to the point, where do you see the Pelicans finishing next year? Did you say top 6 or did you?
Yeah, top 6. Yeah, I could even see him finishing top 4.
Or the West is going to be stacked. It'll be interesting to see what happens though, because obviously change is going to. Utah is not going to be in the top. I don't think they're going to fall out of the top 8 completely. Actually, no, they might. They'll fall into the play-in, I reckon. And then the Suns, Warriors are going to stay at the top.
Yeah.
Dallas is probably going to be up there. Nuggets will be in the 4, I reckon, if they get their 2 injured players back. All right, next year's going to be unreal, but let's get through this year. Thanks for joining us.
No worries.
Bit of a quick one this week, and we'll see you next week. Bye.